The great question about the web is, has it democratized us? Has it become an egalitarian?
Yeah.
Just wait for this. Seems to time itself.
If just, you're not worried, are you? It's fine, it's difficult. Because the thing is, if you get rid of these, then suddenly everything else,
Yeah.
you know, it's a background wet wheel, that's all. But okay,
Just the beginning
all right,
answer
okay,
sometimes can be a bit
okay. The great question is whether or not the web has been a force for democratization, whether it has made us all equal. There are those who will say the moment it became monetized, is this terrible word, the moment it became really commercialized, the moment the large corporations that control the pipelines started to buy each other up and you started to get these huge mergers, that somehow the pioneering spirit went out of it and the freedom died, people will say. I'm not quite as cynical or quite as pessimistic as that. I do genuinely believe there is a dispensation in politics in the West, that the focus, the weight of authority has shifted, that it used to be the ballot box was the way people expressed themselves. Now, there is no focused way that people express themselves on the internet, but I think that is the next challenge for democracy, is to use the fact that this surely is the way that we can harness vox populi, vox dei, the will of the people. It seems to me that it's a real threat to the established estates, as they used to be called. There were the four estates in Britain, the Lord's Spiritual, the Lord's Temporal, the Commons, and the fourth estate, as it was always known, the press. The press has been deeply upset and worried, of course, by how particularly Google and other aggregators of content that they have spent a lot of money assembling have been able to distribute it freely, such that people now regard it as almost their right to have free news, even if they're outside Britain and it's not through the BBC and their license fee. So there's that side of it where the press feel somehow their authority is under threat, and through things like Twitter and Facebook, individuals and celebrities and politicians are finding other mouthpieces, other ways of connecting than newspapers. It used to be that if you were a politician or a celebrity, you wanted to set the record straight, or you wanted to sell a book or something, you had to kowtow to the newspaper. Now you don't. You simply ignore them. I mean, if you're a big American star, you've got over 1 million followers. I mean, no newspaper's going to provide you with the kind of coverage you can provide yourself, and you can control it. And newspapers hate that. It speaks to their contempt for the stupidity and vanity of stars anyway, one we all share, about myself included naturally. But B, it just takes away their power. So that's the press's worry, and that's why they always try and sort of, there's a very uneasy relationship with it. On the one hand, they mock it. So Twitter, which is a good example, when that arrived, the press said, oh, it's the most banal, ridiculous, fatuous, people telling you what they had for breakfast. Oh, I did this, and look at this Twitter stream by this moronic celebrity. How boring is that? 2 weeks later, join our Twitter stream at daily whatever, and suddenly they're desperate to jump on it, absolutely. And politicians, there are dozens of politicians who think, oh damn, why did I speak out against Twitter just 2 months ago? I said it was banal and stupid, and now it means I can't have my own Twitter stream and everyone else has, and I'm losing out. How do I backpedal here? Because no fault of their own, they didn't quite see how it was going to develop. This is in microcosm what's happened with the internet. And so that's the press. Then government. Government is a much trickier one. It's a much huger issue.